From the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Monday night, it's exciting Imperial Valley League basketball as here we are, Carl Varner Gymnasium in the rebuilding Calexico High School, where I'm accompanied here by play-by-play and color analyst Mike Pacheco. This is Vic Carrillo bringing you high school basketball at its finest, provided to you by VSN, your Valley Sports Network. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mike Pacheco as we introduce to you the two squads that'll be facing off tonight. They're in the middle of the pack in the IVL, midway through the season, the visiting Imperial Tigers and the hosting Calexico Bulldogs. Mike, welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Vic. Nice to be with you again here in lovely Calexico Bulldog. When I was coaching a lot, we had a lot of games here, interesting games, so it always brings back memories for me. But going back to the boys' game here tonight, you know, we got Imperial Tigers and the Calexico Bulldogs. Like you mentioned, they're both of them in the middle of the pack. Imperial's been hit with a lot of injuries throughout the season, and so they're trying to get healthy. I know they're going to miss one of their top players out with an ACL for the rest of the year, but they got the other two coming back, so that's going to help Coach Milan. And then on the other side, I think Calexico's all healthy, and it's a home game for them, so you know they're always play better when you're playing at home.
Well, it's a young Calexico team because they've graduated all of last year's starters, and most of their team. They have 3 freshman starters tonight, unheard of. There's a lot of freshmen sprinkled on both rosters that are going to receive significant playing time. We talked about the injured Gio Robles, the 6'5" sophomore that was All-Valley last year. He was one of the main pillars that led the Imperial Tigers to the finals of the San Diego CIF section finals, along with 6'7" David Scarione and 6'5" Jared Nixon. If those names sound familiar to you, ladies and gentlemen, particularly Robles and Nixon, they were outstanding wide receivers for David Shaw's Imperial Tigers. What can you tell us about the height that Imperial has that's unheard of here in the Imperial Valley, where it's usually guard-oriented offenses where the players average maybe 5'8" to 5'10"?
Yeah, you know, being 6'7", 6'8", that adds a big plus for you on the board. So and they're going to probably hit the boards really hard here on the offensive and defensive boards. If they control both boards, both sides of the court, it's going to be a tough game for Calexico. But we'll see. I mean, if you use the right technique and boxing out people, then you stand a chance. I watched Calexico a little bit on some of their games, and they do a good job of boxing out. So it'd be interesting to see how they handle the height.
Okay, Mike, let's cut to the chase. Let's see how observant you've been. We talk about the Golden State Warriors and their run-and-gun offense in constant motion. Then you have the influence of the European players and the European style of ball, or the Euro step and what have you. It seems like all of these high school coaches and teams have embraced that wide-open style of play. What can you tell us about Imperial Valley basketball, and particularly with the 6'7" Scarione, because he's prone to bring the ball up and play the point guard. He's been warming up, shooting from the outside, 3-pointers from, he probably came shooting from the parking lot, as soon as they got off the bus.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's exciting for the fans to watch that kind of style. You know, when I coach, I kind of wanted to control a little bit more where my players would shoot the ball, but this style, and they copy it from, you're right, they copy it from the NBA, and it's fun to play that kind of style for the kids, and it's fun for the fans to watch this. The only thing that I always concern is that if you're having an off night, then you're going to have a bad game, and so that's the only downfall to that style. But hey, it works for a lot of teams. So.
Well, I had the opportunity to see the Calexico Bulldogs host the Central Spartans, who were led by Jared McCain and Cabo Flores, who came alive in the last quarter, hitting 4 3-pointers, cutting 11-point deficit, and the Spartans rallied, winning 62-51. The Bulldogs are led throughout the game. It was run-and-gun basketball. That style of play, though, like you say, if you're making bad passes or you hit a cold spell, it can spell trouble for you because it results in easy baskets at the other end, particularly with a long rebound. Plus, Central got hot in the late third quarter and all of the fourth quarter, where they passed the Bulldogs and then they pulled away. And so what's your take on that with some of these players where it's a guard-oriented type of league?
Well, no, you mentioned it about the European players. They're 6'9", 6'10", and they're shooting threes. So I think if you can shoot threes, you're going to make the team. So it just seems that's what they're looking for. If you're a good outside shooter, then you're probably going to find a spot on the ball club. If everybody's going to this style, which it is true that everybody's kind of leaning toward that. So it'd be interesting to see who's hot, who's not, and it's funny. Sometimes in the first half you may not be able to hit anything, but in the second half you may find your range and can turn the game around real quick with a lot of threes.
Well, let's bring it back from the international level to the regional level here in the southeastern corner of the state in California, Imperial County, and more locally here in Calexico, as the border Bulldogs are entertaining the Imperial Tigers. What do you see tonight? The matchups, the styles of play, the coaching patterns of David Milan for Imperial and Hugo Estrada for Calexico.
Yeah, so I watched Imperial, and they played a lot of man-to-man against Calapat. So it'd be interesting to see that because of the height and I don't know how quick they are with Calexico's guards or anything like that, but that's what I'm kind of wanting to see, how they're going to match up defensively, both teams. So we'll see how that goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more in a minute here on VSN. We'd like to welcome our local sponsors tonight. It's Havens Landscaping, IID, the Imperial Irrigation District, Dom Real Estate, Ojeda's Industries, RDO, nothing runs like...
Grosso's, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1955. Family owned and operated. Located at 1902 West Main Street, El Centro. Grosso's is open Wednesday through Sunday at 5 p.m. Order to go or come in for the Italian dining experience.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set for the titanic clash between the visiting Imperial Tigers and the hosting Calexico Bulldogs. The Bulldogs coming off a CIF championship 3 years ago, but they've graduated everybody, as the freshmen that played on that team graduated last year, and that was one of the last of the Tavares brothers. There were three of them that were standout guards for the Calexico Bulldogs. So what do we have in store tonight as far as player profiles are concerned?
Yeah, so it's a little strange to come into Calexico and not seeing Tavares on the court here for the home team. So it's going to be interesting, like you mentioned earlier, Vic. Coach has a new team, actually, a lot of young kids, freshmen, sophomores. So it'll be interesting to see how they react to a kind of a big game for them, being at home and then being in the middle of the pack of the IVL, and so it's a must-win for them being at home.
Well, Calexico's going to go with several freshmen on the starting lineup. They're going to go with number 4, Savino Martinez, number 2, Edgar Mendoza. They're both guards, and they're both freshmen. The point guard, Martinez, is a standout ball handler, and he leads the team in assists. Hector Gomez, number 5, Derek Carrillo, forward, number 32, and Danny Carrion, the lone senior on the starting lineup, wearing jersey number 1. On the Imperial side of the ball, they'll go with Jacob Milan, number 1. He's the coach's son. In lieu of the injured Gio Robles, they're going with number 22, Craig Rollins. They'll go with David Scarione at forward. Jared Nixon is another of the Twin Towers. He'll wear jersey 21, and rounding out their starting 5 will be number 15, Mark Vitella, or Vitella.
You say that, yeah. Yeah, and then, you know, for Calexico, Vic, you mentioned Danny Carrillo, so he's averaging 16.5 points so far this year. So that's Calexico's top scorer. And then you got David Scaroni there with averaging almost 20 points a ball game. So that'll be a fun to watch those two go at it and see how they do.
Well, you know, Jared Nixon is a double-double machine.
Yeah.
He averages in double figures, and he has over 11 rebounds per game. Their leading scorer, though, is David Scarione, who's coming off an injury in December, and that might explain the average one-loss record overall, whereas Imperial, I believe, was picked to win the championship during the preseason.
You're right, Vic. They were at the beginning of the year, they were the ones to be the team to beat. But, you know, when you get three kids, three top scorers injured throughout the year, that takes an effect on your season wins and losses. So, but they're getting healthy back again. Like I said, they won't be completely full, but they got two of their main players back.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you hear a familiar voice in the background, it's the voice of choice from Bulldog Media, Bulldog Radio, and VSN South, Johnny Moe, John Moreno Brown, the principal here at Calexico High School, who also handles public address duties for the Calexico Bulldogs, passes out towels at the end of the game in the dressing room, and parks cars 2 hours beforehand. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we see the Imperial Tigers being introduced here on your screen, so Scarione, potentially a college prospect, might take his talents to IVC, as in high school he can play with his back to the basket, play some of the inside position, but at 6'7", 6'6", if you want to be truthful, you'll have to be playing facing the basket and putting the ball on the floor.
Yeah, you know, just looking at him out on the court, 6'7", lean, mean, and, you know, he looks like a basketball player, right? I mean, and he goes inside, outside. I mean, just perfect, 6'7", and being that.
So what can you tell us about the coaches, David Milan at Imperial and Hugo Estrada at Calexico?
Both of them are long-time veterans, you know, both David and they've been at it for a long time, so they have enough experience. They're pretty seasoned. They know how to coach these type of games. So it'll be interesting to see how the chess match goes between both of them.
If you were going to steal somebody's popcorn, right now is a good time to do it. With the lights turned off at the Chicago Bulls Stadium when Michael Jordan played, and they're introducing the Calexico Bulldogs.
Yeah, interesting introduction here. I've never seen this kind of with all these laser lights and stuff like that. So very interesting.
So you have Jared Nixon along with David Scarione as some of the top returning ball players in the Valley. Central has Jared Martin, who's also an outstanding All-CIF football player. He suffered a leg injury and missed 4 games in the middle of the season and came back at the end to help Central win the ball game. But basketball, he's very talented, and he's the grandson of Al Lefty Martin, the son of Gene Martin, and he's a talented baseball player as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll pause as we honor the flag of the United States of America with the national anthem. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Carl Varner Gymnasium as we get set for the tip-off between the Calexico Bulldogs and the visiting Imperial Tigers. Calexico controlling the tap as they are going to the north end of here at Carl Varner Gymnasium. The Bulldogs in white with garnet trim, the Tigers in all red. An errant pass, but it's recovered by number 5 of Calexico, but the shot doesn't fall through as we're coming down to the south end of the basket court here with Imperial controlling the basketball.
So both teams starting off, Imperial with man-to-man, and then Calexico with a 2-1-2 zone defense, and then we got a steal there.
That was a steal by number 2, Edgar Mendoza, a freshman guard. To put Calexico draws first blood, 2-0. Pass into Nixon inside, deflected out of bounds by number 5, Hector Gomez, another guard, and he's a junior as well.
Yeah, Calexico very active in their 2-1-2 zone, so they got hands up and everything, deflecting some passes, got a steal already. So
excellent entry pass by number 21, Jared Nixon, and at the line to shoot 2, number 32.
Foul on Hector
Gomez, excuse me. And at the line shooting, Craig Rollins, number 22, starting in place of the injured Giovanni Robles.
Craig Rollins shooting the second of 2 shots.
So misses the first shot, Vic. He gets another one, and then we'll see what kind of defense they fall into.
And he converts on the second, so 2-1 with 7:08 remaining here in the first quarter of action. I'd like to give a shout out to former Bulldog great in the late 60s, a baseline shooter supreme, Kenny James, watching all the way from Batesville, Arkansas. Welcome, Ken.
It's Hector Gomez again with a nice drive and a finish with a layup, and there's another steal by the spec guards there from Calexico.
That's number 4, Sabino Martinez, only a freshman.
Pretty quick with the ball.
Quick ball handler.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's harder to guard the shorter guy who's particularly quick and has good handles.
Oh, yeah, because you got to get low. You got to get low, and that's sometimes the big guys have a hard time.
It didn't matter with me. I couldn't guard it whether they were short, tall, wide, or narrow. It was like that song by Linda Ronstadt, They Just Blew By You. Fast breaks. So number 1, Jacob Milan. Pass stolen by Derek Carrillo, and a traveling violation on number 2. Edgar Mendoza, a freshman, negating that outstanding defensive play by number 32, Derek Carrillo, the All-CIF pitcher, leading the Calexico varsity baseball team last year to their first ever baseball championship at the CIF level. And that was David Scarione showing his skill set and his height.
That was a nice baseline drive and finish with the layup. Very nice.
Carrillo with a rebound and the putback. So with 6:04 remaining in the first quarter, Calexico jumps out to a 6-3 lead. Carrillo with a rebound over the back on Craig Rollins. First personal, first team foul.
That was a nice block out.
You know, Calexico is not a tall team, and they're not a high-scoring team. They're averaging just a little over 50 points a game. Imperial averages about 55.
Yep, they're close on their per game average.
A nice hanging floater by number 1, Danny Carrion, only a sophomore. And a fast break layup off that steal as the Calexico Bulldogs with 5:05 remaining in the first quarter, time called Calexico 10, Imperial 3.
PSN going, we'll be right back.
Imperial Flying Service, taking care of the entire Imperial Valley with all your aviation fuel needs. Imperial Flying Service is a proud supporter of our U.S. military, the aviation community, and all Imperial Valley communities.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Carl Varner Memorial Gymnasium. 5:05 remaining here in the first quarter. Calexico, with their tenacious full court press defense, has raced out to a 10-3 lead as we welcome color commentator Mike Pacheco.
Yeah, so it sounds like first 3 minutes of the ball game, Vic. Looks like Calexico is extending their zone, putting a lot of pressure on their guards, and they've caused some turnovers and some easy layups on the other end for them.
So how do you negate the pressure of that defense? What would David Milan be telling his players during that timeout here in the first quarter?
Well, I would be looking at putting Scaroni back on right in the middle of that zone and see if we can get that ball to him. So. I know he's 6'7" and likes to play outside, but I would put him a little bit inside.
The ball deflected out of bounds as Scarione faked that three-point shot.
You know that old cliche, you go inside, and then if you don't have nothing, then pop it out, and then you'll have some open shots from the outside.
Yeah, well, I was noticing the statistics provided by Max Preps. And Jared Nixon looked like he was fouled on that shot attempt inside the paint area. That both teams have put up a lot of attempts, and they don't have a high percentage of makes,
Right.
And so that may explain the low-scoring team average.
Right. It's funny. I mean, they're pretty athletic, Imperial, and they're tall, and I don't see them ever pressing Calexico. They're just too quick. They're guards from Calexico. They'll just go by them. I don't know if he'll go through a zone to change it up a little bit to slow that penetration that Calexico's doing. That might be an option for Coach Milan.
Nixon converts on the first, now shooting the second. And he's successful on the second, raising the score to 5 for Imperial, cutting the lead in half, 10-5. Calexico with the advantage. Carrillo with the ball, passes out to number 4. Sabino Martinez, a freshman, fakes the drive, passes to the corner, number 5. Hector Gomez in and out.
A turnover there on Calexico.
It looked like an excellent off-the-shoulder pass, but it was to the wrong guy.
That's the ones you used to make when you played.
That was more like in the men's league.
Vic, watching Calexico, even their big fellows are pretty quick with the ball. They're not just post up. They're outside the 3, and they can handle the ball and finish. There you go.
Basket by number 1, Danny Carrillon. So what can you tell us about Carrillon? We've talked a lot about the Imperial players.
Yeah, Danny's averaging 16.5 points for the Calexico team, and you saw what he did there. He has a nice soft touch inside, and so if they get that ball inside in the key for him, he can create some stuff.
He's only a sophomore as Nixon comes back and scores at the Imperial end, 12-7 with 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. A spirited crowd here tonight at Varner Gym with the Calexico cheerleaders here to our right, chanting the whole period. A dribble drive by number 5, blocked by Scarione.
So that was Hector Gomez driving, and then getting his own rebound back. So that was a good follow-up, and then created a foul, and so he'll go to the Well, it's not a shooting foul, so they'll take it out.
Into the game, number 10, Michael Duffy, a 6-foot sophomore, playing with a heavy heart as his uncle, Ricardo Caldi Servin, had his funeral mass services this past Saturday. Calexico misses the up and under, and the ball deflected out of bounds. It'll be Imperial's ball. Coaching for the Bulldogs, Hugo Estrada, a standout All-Valley guard. Back in the late 90s, played for the Soles of Mexicali after he played at IVC for the Arabs, who are now called the Desert Warriors.
Yeah, great basketball IQ, great mind, good coach. Knows his players really well and brings in that kind of game plan for them.
What I like about him is he lets the players play. Yep. If they make a physical mistake, if they're trying to make something happen, that's fine. It's when they make the mental mistake that he won't sit them down. He'll just call them over to the sideline and correct it and go from there. Nice drive by number 1, Jacob Milan, as he comes along the baseline to lay it in off the glass. 12-9, 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. A lot of movement, a lot of action, but a low-scoring ball game.
It is, and their Calexico keeps penetrating on Imperial, and that's working so far. So for them.
Well, they're challenging the big men, in particular Scarione, trying to draw a foul, get him in foul trouble. Duffy at the line to shoot 2. Calexico with 4 team fouls this first quarter. Imperial with 3. Duffy, a left-handed shooter, a southpaw, converts on the first, now shooting the second.
Vic, weren't those left-handers hard to guard when you were playing? And, it's always...
Well, you had Keith Erickson from Calapat. Yeah. And I'm trying to think of some other left-handers. We were primarily, right-handed.
But
Keith seemed to be ambidextrous. He could handle the ball equally with his right or his left, as he
great
was
skill to have.
A leader for Calapat.
Great skill.
His daughter played at Duke when they won the national championship back in the, I believe, in the early 2000s.
Yep, I remember that. So I think they're using Nixon right in the middle and having him get to go in and driving the ball for Imperial. So that's.
So into the ball game for Calexico, another sophomore, 5'10", number 12, Alberto Castro. What's interesting is everybody handles the ball.
Yeah, there's
in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, it was very rigid, the offenses. The guards handled the ball, the center played at the post, the forwards played at the baseline. A spin move, a 360, but it comes up short. Calexico blocking that shot and taking it across court with 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And slowing things down, number 1, Carrillo, comes up short again on a penetration shot. Scarione with a rebound, and Scarione bringing the ball up. Beautiful entry pass to number 14, Samuel Rubacalva, and he gets a bucket behind the Bulldog defense. 14-11 here in the closing seconds of the first quarter.
There's a 3.
And a three-pointer by number 5, Hector Gomez. So after 1 quarter of play, Calexico 17, Imperial 11.
BSN will be right back.
InterCare since 1970. When it comes to healthcare, InterCare is here to help, with locations throughout the Imperial Valley. InterCare, improving the health and wellness of the community.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call. With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today, 760-337-8600.
Lee Tire Company. We are a local, family-owned business specializing in tires and automotive needs. We are located at 114 Main Street, El Centro. Call us at 760-352-1721.
Carl Varner Gymnasium as the Calexico Bulldogs, after 1 quarter of play, take a 6-point lead into the second quarter, 17-11. Mike Pacheco, our color commentator and analyst. Mike, what did you see in the first quarter that you'd like to share with our viewing audience?
Yeah, so the first quarter saw Calexico guards really putting a lot of pressure on Imperial and causing some turnovers and a few easy layups at the other end. They keep penetrating and using their quickness over Imperial, and I think that's the reason they're up by 6 points at the end of the first quarter.
The other thing I saw was that Hugo Estrada, the coach for Calexico, substitutes freely. So he always has fresh legs in there, and the players know that they're going to, get playing time. As Scarione drives the baseline and not able to come up with it. We've got a foul called.
And Vic, you're mentioning that Coach Hugo substituting quite a bit. That's always good for the kids in maybe the 5th, 6th down coming off the bench. They're going to get some playing time, and so you're always in the ball game ready to go in.
Right, it's positive energy.
Exactly, and so that's always a good if he goes 9, 10 deep in the ball game.
Adair Badia called with a foul. At the line, number 24, Dontel Carter. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like you to stay tuned for our halftime, as our featured halftime guest is the principal of Calexico High School, John Moreno. So Carter converts on the second, 17-12. Second quarter just underway.
Shot from the corner, missed a little bit by Calexico here. And now
what
again,
are the stakes in this game? These teams are playing for what? Second place, third place?
Second place. Because you got Central leading the pack.
Number 1, Carrillo with a drive, fouled over the shoulder by Jared Nixon.
So that's another turnover there caused by the Calexico defense, Vic. And so they're getting quite a bit of the turnovers, so they just need to finish.
Right, points off turnovers.
Exactly.
Very important. What good is a steal or a block if you're not able to convert at the other end?
That's right.
Used to call those 4-point switches.
That's
the 2 points that you lost and the 2 points you gave the other team.
Momentum changers, right? You get a couple of steals, a couple easy baskets, it changes everything.
That's when coaches would switch to open collar shirts instead of wearing the tie on the sidelines. So Carrillo converts on the second, 19-12, 7:11 remaining.
Yeah.
Traveling call to number 13.
Waiting for them to call that little
Mark
bunny hop.
Vela. Is it Mark Vela? Mark, oh yeah, yes, Mark. Or Mark Vitella.
Vitella. It's a nice fadeaway.
Nice fadeaway by number 1, Carrillo, as he extends the Calexico lead to 9, 21-12.
You know, Danny has a nice little soft touch around the 15-foot mark, 10, 15 feet from the basket.
Goaltending of number 4. And I like the way number 5, Hector Gomez, plays to the crowd. He plays with a lot of emotion. He was like that at the against El Centro, and he gets the crowd into it.
Yeah.
So if the crowd is munching on their popcorn or having their teeth get stuck on their Snickers, you know, this will get them going.
Yep. Scaroni just timed it just a little late, I think, and blocked it after they hit the backboard, so that's why the goal.
So back in the ball game for Calexico, number 32, Derek Carrillo here guarding Scarione. Scarione with his height able to throw over the defense. Another block by Carrillo.
Offensive foul there on
number 2, Edgar Mendoza, the freshman. They're like little pests, you know. They get in the way, and they're like little chihuahuas.
They cause havoc. That's their
job. They're like little chihuahuas nipping at your heels while you're trying to run.
Guy's quick with the ball.
You know, that's how the Tavares is played. The fans there in the front row trying to assist the referees on the call. They must call those the executive seats. You know, the Jack Nicholson seats.
VIP seats.
Well, we'd like to thank Calexico High School, Jesus Mano Gonzalez, the Bulldog Athletic Director, for providing us with the facilities here to present this game. As Carrillo, baseline from the corner, scores there. Another steal by Calexico. Traveling there.
A little too quick. A little
too quick, but I'm not sure that's really a travel.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about the Euro step and this one. You know, sometimes the players are too quick for the referees.
But I'm telling you, Eggert and Martinez are causing all kinds of problems for the Imperial guards.
Well, with 5:25 remaining here in the second quarter, Calexico leads 25-12 as they're double teaming there in the corner. Did he call a foul, or?
He did. He called a foul
on number 32, Derek Carrillo. Second personal. So back in the ball game for Calexico, number 24, Adair Badia.
Foul on Martinez for Calexico there.
You know, when you coached the girls as well as the boys, and you were very successful at Brawley and Hopeville winning your championships, how often would you stress, don't let the ball hit the floor, just keep passing it, move it, you know, get that zone spread out where you can have those lanes open up for you inside the paint.
Oh yeah, but against the zone, ball movement is the key to beating the zone. You know, it's not the dribbling, it's the ball movement, quick passes, 3 or 4 passes, and then try to get the best shot possible.
Christmas came early for him for next year. 27-14.
His prayer got answered.
Calexico, yeah. Another block by Carrillo, but the pass errant, a little too long, allows Milan to make that interception. Now it's interesting. Nixon played football. You know, when the football players come to play basketball, they bring that toughness. But those little freshman guards for Calexico were right there, you know, matching them elbow for elbow and forearm for forearm on that loose ball.
I think on that little scramble, I think we have Martinez got a little banged up there a little bit. So
Martinez, the freshman guard, goes by Savino. What a drive with the left hand.
Left hand, yeah.
That was Edgar Mendoza, the guard, only a freshman. Calexico's going to be good in the upcoming seasons. And there's
Scaroni with a three in the corner.
David Scarioni from the corner, a la Kenny James. We have a foul off the ball on Derek Carrillo, his third personal, fourth team foul.
B&N will be right back.
Marianne Valenzuela Fenley is your State Farm insurance agent in the Imperial Valley. And like a good neighbor, she's located at 528 G Street in Brawley. Call State Farm agent Marianne Valenzuela Fenley at 760-344-0447 for your home, auto, and life insurance.
Welcome back to Varner Memorial Gymnasium, 3:35 remaining. Calexico 29-17 here in the second quarter as a foul's called over the back on number 22 for the Tigers, that being Craig Rollins.
Actually,
was it a foul or he just knocked it out of bounds?
He blocked it and hit the back of the backboard.
Okay.
So.
My mistake. I stand to be corrected.
Now he has a three-point range also, so
not
that makes
only
him
scoring
double.
from the inside, but also showing his outside prowess with that three-pointer.
Yeah, so Vic, this last time Imperial went to a zone and Danny made him pay for it with a three from outside. So.
And a continuation as Scarioni, beyond the arc, hits a three-pointer, and he's fouled on the play by freshman Edgar Mendoza. Do we come out with that cliche freshman mistake?
Yeah.
So a chance for a 4-point play here for Scarioni, down by a score of 32-19, 2:58 remaining here in the second quarter.
Nice rebound by Danny there. So they're in the 2-1-2 zone, Imperial, so we'll see if Calexico hits those threes.
Ball knocked out of bounds by number 13, Mark Vitella. Carrillo loses the handle there as he tries to penetrate. Imperial with a ball. Ball deflected by number 1, Carrillo. And Nixon with a rebound and the putback.
Kind of showed his athletic there move, jumped real high, got that offensive rebound and put it right back in.
Was that an and one? Did he score?
One. Yep, and one.
So Jared Nixon at the line, shooting one.
No, the funny thing about Jerry Nixon, Coach, is that he has a double-double, 11.5 points per game and 11.5 rebounds per game. So you don't see that too often.
Scarione showing signs of frustration there as his shot wouldn't fall, but he comes back with a rebound but throws it back to Calexico. So Carrion with a interception, and Calexico gets into their offense.
We got a couple minutes left for the first half, and Calexico holding on to the 11-point lead.
Ball deflected out of bounds by Nixon. How would you describe Calexico's offense? Is it a motion offense? Is it pass and cut?
Pass and cut, motion, a little mix of both. I think if they see an opening, they drive, but it's a lot of passing and cutting. We have a jump ball there, so it's going to go to Imperial on this one. So we have about less than a minute here, and still Calexico holding on to an 11-point lead.
Ball knocked out of bounds. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's ball game, while we're waiting for it to be brought in, Havens Landscaping, IID, Imperial Irrigation District, and Dom Real Estate. And now back to live action and Mike Pacheco.
Yeah, so there's a 3 air ball by Imperial, so it'll be Calexico's ball with about a minute and a half left in the first half.
So do you keep your foot on the pedal here, or do you try to run clock?
I think I would, since they're playing a zone, I would use some passing here to use some clock and see what happens here. So it looks like that's what they're doing. Turnover. Timeout by Hugo.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's ball game being brought to you by Ojeda's Industries, RDO. Nothing runs like a deer. El Centro Police Department, top-notch barbershop, Driscoll Skate and Surf Shop, Grasso's Fine Italian Dining, Prime Hydrate Drinks, Alford Distributors, Imperial Flying Services, Casbros, Reach Medical Transportation, Imperial County Health Department, and the Brawley Police Foundation. Thank you, sponsors, for bringing us Valley Sports Network high school basketball action on a Monday night here in January. So
yeah, it's always tough to play on a Monday night. I don't know about you, Vic, but I always hated a Monday night game because, Sunday you don't practice, and you always want to have the kids fresh to, go over the game plan for the next game. And so they probably missed a day, and so, it's always a challenge for coaches to play on a Monday night.
Well, we had sole ownership of the gymnasium because it was only male sports. The girls' Title IX hadn't kicked in yet back in the late 60s. And I graduated in 68, 55 years ago. And so we always played on a Tuesday or Friday.
Yep, exactly.
So you'd have that Monday practice to go over the Tuesday for the game plan for Tuesday's game.
Right.
Wednesday and Thursday to correct the mistakes for Friday's game.
Exactly. And so you miss that one day. I think it kind of hurts more than it helps. Turnover.
But these kids play a lot of travel ball, a lot of basketball year round. They play in Mexicali in the summer.
And you might be right.
I don't think they can tell the difference.
The style that they're playing, it's really not much of a game plan, right? It's a run and go.
Yeah.
So,
it's like playing playground basketball.
As long as you get your rest on Sunday, you'll be ready on Monday.
running gun and fun. Shoot the ball within 8 seconds.
That's right. That's right.
At the line is Jacob Milan, number 1. He converts on the first. It's now a 10-point advantage for Calexico, 32-22, with 43.5 seconds remaining here in the first half. And so Milan converts on the second.
Yeah, coach's son, so he has a nice little form and everything, so he was taught well by his father, so looks like pretty good. And he's in the back on the 1-3-1 zone, so usually you don't have your short. Well, you had your quickest guy back there, but maybe not.
Well, he's got to cover the corners.
Yep.
And really follow the basketball.
Oh, 3. Hector Gomez. Nice 3.
Hector Gomez, number 5, with that three-pointer. Nice penetration pass by Nixon. Fouled on the play as he tried to drive to the basket, number 22, Craig Rollins.
Craig likes to penetrate quite a bit, I noticed. Does a lot of cutting, get on the free throw line.
Well, the advantage for Imperial is they're spending a lot of time at the free throw line with the clock stopping.
Yep.
And so that's giving them a chance to get back into the ball game. Rollins successful on the first one. As number 23 for Calexico, Sebastian Camacho, a 5'10 senior, enters the ball game. And Rollins successful on the second.
Yeah.
35-25.
One shot.
And turnovers on both ends as after 2 quarters of play, Calexico 35, Imperial
At Burgers
25.
and Beer, our customers are like
We'll
family.
be back with more.
Let's hear what a few of them have to say about us.
We're here at Burgers and Beer with the best burgers in town.
We get to sit together and enjoy the great food.
I like from Burgers and Beers and the lemonade.
For the fresh iced tea, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
It was wonderful, very fast, very efficient.
I love the great food and family environment.
I love the burgers and the customer service.
So come and see us and find out for yourself at Burgers and Beer.
Ojeda Industries is here to offer solutions with exceptional products and services for all your agricultural, industrial, and power transmission needs. It's Ojeda Industries, hydraulic repair service in Brawley at 1698 Jones Street. Call us at 760-623-7299.
South Cali Air Conditioning, the #1 York dealer in the Imperial Valley. Contact them today for all your AC needs. Call them at 760-556-9901.
Day in and day out, your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District proudly delivers low-cost, reliable energy service to its customers in the Imperial and Coachella Valleys. When compared to other power providers, IID's residential, commercial, and governmental customers all save up to 50% on their monthly energy bills. That's because IID is committed to more than just delivering power. IID is committed to you. IID, where customers always come first.
Casbros, it's that time of year again. Team shirt options are available and ready to go out for adult, youth, and toddler sizes. Call us and let us know how we can help at 760-550-6878.
We just moved, so there's millions of...
Valley is in bloom, over 9 acres. When we started, we grew 1/4 of an acre.
Now I'm taking on new products on the regular.
We always dreamed of having this property, so...
I want to make my yard look as beautiful as...
Largemouth bass.
Yep.
We've got tons of them, don't we, buddy?
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours?
Visit us online at rdoequipment.com or contact your local RDO for in-stock availability.
The Brawley Police Foundation is an independent, nonprofit organization that provides grant funding and crucial resources to the Brawley Police Department, with programs that would normally not be funded. These programs directly improve public safety and enhance the quality of life for our citizens.
Could you use help with your electric bill? Imperial Irrigation District, your public power provider, offers several payment assistance programs. Our income-qualified customers can save up to 20 or 30% on their electric bill and also receive assistance if they face service disconnection for non-payment. For assistance, call us at 1-800-303-7756, visit one of our customer service centers, or find us online at iid.com. IID, where customers always come first.
Imperial Valley College is the #1 community college in the nation, winner of the 2023 Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence. Varsity Made Letterman Jackets. Save time and money by ordering online today at varsitymade.co.
We have created our own drink company. The fastest growing sports drink in history.
We will prime! We will prime! Ladies and gentlemen, the rookie is prime!
This season, we are hydrated.
The official sports drink of the UFC. It's time!
Oh, that's good.
Yeah!
Havens and Sons Trucking is located at 603 East Main Street in El Centro and is a business specialized in gravel, rock, stone, fill dirt, base, landscape rock, topsoil sand, and all your hauling needs.
El Distrito de Irrigación de Imperial, su proveedor de energía pública, ofrece varios programas de asistencia de pago. Nuestros clientes con ingresos que califiquen pueden ahorrar entre un 20 o 30% en su factura de electricidad y también recibir ayuda si enfrentan desconexiones por falta de pago. Para recibir ayuda, llámenos al 1-800-303-7756. Visite uno de nuestros centros de servicio al cliente o visite iid.com. iid, donde los clientes siempre son primero.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Carl Varro Memorial Gymnasium as the Bulldogs, after 2 quarters of play, have raced out to a 35-25 lead here in the battle for second place in the Imperial Valley League in our first ever 2024 matchup on VSN, Valley Sports Network. It gives us great pleasure to welcome the principal of Calexico High School, but more importantly, the voice of choice, Johnny Moe, John Moreno Brown. John, welcome.
Well, Vic, thank you for Will Torres and you guys coming into this game and promoting this game. Calexico and Imperial, storied rivalry in basketball, and all of our winter sports are having some success. We're in the heart of the season in league and getting ready for spring sports around the corner.
You know, John, you have the heart of the season, all these sports being offered, and new sports that were added in the fall, like girls flag football, but you also have a lot of construction and new building taking place. Tell our viewing audience about what's taking place at Calexico High.
Well, right now they're constructing a 16 classroom facility, 2 stories, on the northeast end of the campus, which is going to house career technical education. They're set to open it up for this next coming school year, and hopefully they'll be beginning to work on the main office and the other buildings that will be the front of the school. We're very excited about these new buildings. Teachers are excited. These are state-of-the-art facilities, and so we want to give our students the best that we can offer. The Calexico voters stand tall and supported the schools with the measures, and we think that we're on the verge of bringing a collegiate type of high school here in Calexico.
Well, that facility, for those that are familiar with the Calexico physical plant, is beyond the right center field fence of Elmer Belcher Field with the Highway 98 as its northern border. But what's taking place in front of the school and what's been built prior to the cafeteria, the original buildings, and the administration buildings being demolished, and what are they going to be replaced with?
Well, within 2 years, all that area should be complete, and it'll be a 2-story counseling center, a 2-story main office, 2-story main STEM buildings, and more classrooms, and then a state-of-the-art multipurpose room cafeteria where our students can eat inside. Right now we've got them all over because there is no facility. But bear with us, within a couple of years, it's going to be beautiful.
So what is that special message as we start out the new year, 2024, that you've given out to your students and the families of Calexico?
Well, work hard, because if you don't work hard, you don't stand a chance, and so our kids need to understand that everything begins at school, and they've got to have a future. So what we're doing is we're getting all our seniors applying for FAFSA, which is a financial aid program, and we want 100% participation, which is state mandated. So we're doing that right now. Our kids are applying to colleges. They're getting letters of recommendation. We've got this class of 2024 that is getting ready to graduate in just a few months.
So you're making that pathway to success possible for them, for the 2024 graduates and those from beyond.
That's right. But you know what? I got to go back and announce the game, and I know you do too. We're just starting the third quarter with Calexico shooting a three-pointer.
Well, you're a man of many talents and multiple duties. I thought we were going to, I was expecting a hot dog coming up here like football.
Okay,
anyway,
man.
John, thanks for coming, and congratulations and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Moreno, the principal of Calexico High School, as Calexico started out with a three-pointer to open up the third quarter, extending their lead 38-25, but Imperial counters with Nixon on the score with 2 points underneath the basket, and now it's 38-27. So if you just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, Calexico raced out to a 35-25 lead after 2 quarters of play. They were led by Danny Carrillon, Sabino Martinez, Edgar Mendoza, Hector Gomez, and Derek Carrillo, and just a swarming ball-hawking defense. As we welcome back our color analyst, Mike Pacheco.
Yeah, they start off, Calexico starting off in the second half with a couple of threes here to get Mr. Martinez over here to hot hand.
I'm impressed with the maturity of these freshman guards, Martinez and Mendoza.
Yeah, and they seem not to get tired either, Vic. They go on full court, pressing.
Over and back.
Yep.
Or
out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Right.
Tonight's ball game being brought to you by Havens Landscaping, IID Imperial Irrigation District, Dom Real Estate, and Ojeda's Industries. And Calexico scores as they catch the Imperial Tiger defense snapping there. The quick pass to number 1, Carrillon.
They seem to not be ready on that out-of-bounds play, Imperial's defense, and they just got caught with an easy. Let's go with an easy layup.
Well, the first 3 minutes of the second half were going to determine what the outcome would be based on your effort.
Yeah, they had a nice lead, and then they come out with a couple of threes, so that was a good momentum.
Well, a great hustle play there by David Scarione on that putback as the ball was on the rim, and he just kind of shoved it through. So it's 43-29 as Calexico tries to work the ball around into the post to Derek Carrillo. Off the mark, Nixon with a rebound.
It's a good shot, good selection shot, but just missed from the free throw line there.
30-footer by Scarione as he alters that shot by the penetrating number 4, Martinez.
I thought Scarione had a tip on that block shot. I think he got a piece of that ball.
A good give and go, but it doesn't fall in. And the perseverance of number 13, Mark Vitella, with a putback after 2 misses. So it's 43-31, 5:01 remaining here in the third quarter.
Imperial staying with his 2-3 zone, and Calexico trying to penetrate that zone.
Well, Calexico's had a lot of opportunities with some easy 2-foot baskets, and they're not missing, and they're missing them. And
yeah, that was a shot by Scarione, and then he just missed that. Good ball movement by Calexico, but missed that three-pointer.
Ball knocked out of bounds by the hustling Danny Carrillon. As you have number 24 for Calexico, Adair Badia coming in for number 32, Derek Carrillo. David Milan has the ball taken away from him as he was yo-yoing up and down at the top of the key. Number 2, Edgar Mendoza wisely pulls it out and brings it out to number 5. Shot attempt by number 4, in and out. And a follow rebound by number 1, Danny Carrillon.
It's a good follow-up by Danny to put the ball, but then he interfered with the ball going through the net, and I think they've called a delay of game.
Delay of game or nullifying the basket. And so they're letting Carrillon come off the court just to get him to cool off for a second.
They did count the basket, Vic, so they're up by 14 now.
Well, I thought it was 45 to begin with.
I'll have to check then.
Nixon with an excellent dribble drive, hanging in the air with 2 Bulldogs draped over him, and he scores, cutting the lead to 12 of Calexico, 45-33.
Nixon cleaning up the boards again.
I tell you, these guards, freshman guards for Calexico, they have their hands in everything.
They seem to get a deflection on every pass.
You better check your pockets before you leave. Scarione with a rebound, dribbles up himself, and with a Euro step, takes it coast to coast.
That's
and
a
not
nice
only
finish.
that, not only does he score, he's fouled on the play.
That was a nice finish by him. A nice drive between 2 defenders.
So that's that senior leadership taking over in Scarione. You know, they're missing the talents of Giovanni Robles, the 6'5 sophomore, who's been injured this year. Throughout football season, he was injured as a wide receiver, and at the start of the season for basketball, he's been in and out. And now you say he has a torn ACL? I shouldn't say that because we're not allowed to say what the injury is over the air.
Seems like his injury is
comment.
going to take him out for the rest of the season. I don't see him playing again, but hopefully he gets back.
Well, Nixon. Pickpockets Carrillon over the back and puts that free throw miss back in.
We'll be right back with BSN. Thank you.
Grosso's, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1955. Family owned and operated. Located at 1902 West Main Street, El Centro. Grosso's is open Wednesday through Sunday at 5 p.m. Order to go or come in for the Italian dining experience.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, with 2:53 remaining here in the third quarter. Calexico 45, Imperial 37 as they cut into that 12-point deficit and have made this a ball game.
Yeah, you know, they got back into it with Nixon getting some offensive rebounds and putting them back in on the offensive side, hitting some shots from the key there. So we'll see if they keep feeding him the ball there. And then Calexico, I think they've missed a few opportunities, some wide open layups here. So it's under 10 points now, and we'll see how this rest of this quarter goes.
Well, the guards for Imperial haven't been able to take care of the ball at midcourt, and Calexico's defense has been putting that pressure. Did they get a foul called on
Scaroni?
On Scarione over the top?
Yep.
Oh, he was shooting before they even passed him the ball.
It looked good. A little
yeah,
flat,
I know, but he was.
There's Nixon again with another offensive rebound and gets fouled on the putback. So he'll go back to the line. Doing a good job on the boards.
At the line shooting 2, Jared Nixon.
They're going to have to put a body on him all the time.
So Jared Nixon fouled on the shot. He'll be at the line shooting 2, and he converts on the first free throw. 45-38, a 7-point ball game. And he misses on the second. You know, and it's not that Calexico is not getting good shots. They're penetrating, but they're just not scoring. And, you know, Scarione and Nixon, because of their height and their leaping ability, are also forcing the Bulldogs to alter their shots.
Yeah, and he drew another foul there on Scaroni, so he should, I think that's his third for this, so he's got to be careful and being too aggressive here to pick up his fourth foul.
That free throw brought to you by the Brawley Police Foundation along with the Imperial County Health Department as Carrillo gets ready to shoot the second. (46-38) as he makes one of two. Nixon with the penetration has it stolen, and the Bulldogs are off to the races again as they're coming. You know, sometimes you want to be like Chick Hearn, the late Chick Hearn, and do a play-by-play, but these guys are too quick to keep up with that. And Johnny on the spot, David Scarione, catches that carom and is able to put it back, and now a 6-point ball game, 46-40. There, excellent rebound by Carrillo in the putback.
Yeah, he was going after his shot. He did a good job of following it up and finishing.
It has to be frustrating as Bulldogs are in there for layups that they're missing. And there's Scarione for 3. This shows why he was the MVP of last year as a junior.
Looks like he's starting to warm up here in the second half. So, oh, nice floater.
Excellent dribble penetration by number 4, Savino Martinez, the freshman guard. You know what I like about David Scarione's game is he lets the game come to him. He doesn't force the action.
Well, yeah, he kind of goes inside, outside, depending how they're playing him, and so he can play inside and out, and that's big. I mean,
he's a smart basketball player. He recognizes what the defense is trying to do, and he makes those adjustments.
Yep.
So 29 seconds remaining. Imperial will play for the last shot. Milan with the basketball. Off to Nixon. Nixon drives, and he scores. 50-45.
There he is again, finishing up. So he has his double-double for the night.
And so after 3 quarters of play, Calexico 50, Imperial 45.
So they've cut it down to 5 point this. So.
Imperial Flying Service, taking care of the entire Imperial Valley with all your aviation fuel needs. Imperial Flying Service is a proud supporter of our U.S. military, the aviation community, and all Imperial Valley communities.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and fasten your seatbelts for the final 8 minutes of action. Calexico holding on to a 5-point advantage, 50-45 here at Carl Varner Memorial Gymnasium, and the battle on a Monday night between the visiting Imperial Tigers and the hosting Calexico Bulldogs. We welcome color commentator Mike Pacheco with the call.
Yeah, so Calexico again missed a few shots there in the third quarter, some easy shots, and gave Imperial a chance to get the lead that they had down to 5 points now to start the fourth quarter. And now it's down to 3 points.
Well, that's Craig Rollins penetrating, taking a baby jumper inside the free throw line, and now it's a 3-point game, 50-47.
Calexico settling for a lot of threes lately.
Right.
And so
could it be Calexico's inexperience and youth, or just the shots aren't falling?
Or they could be just getting tired a little bit and they're just shooting from outside. So we'll see. Nixon again. Offense.
Well, that's that football strength and aggressiveness on Jared Nixon, who was a standout wide receiver for the Tigers, as he was able to get his own rebound and then off the miss, the second rebound, and he gets fouled there, and now he's at the line to shooting two to cut it to a 1-point game.
He has the ability to jump over people to get some rebounds, and that's what's helping him getting some offensive rebounds and then getting on the free throw line.
Well, he converts on the first, 50-48, as Derek Carrillo is replaced by Michael Duffy.
So this will be interesting here, the last 7 minutes, Vic, and see how Julio changes. I don't think he's happy with just settling with threes here.
Yeah. So Nixon converts on both free throws, and now it's a 50-49 ball game. Calexico's getting the shots, they're just not scoring. And Nixon over the back, trying to block the shot by Danny Carrillo. And so Carrillo will be at the line shooting 2.
It's a good aggressive rebound Danny had there.
Carrillo, veins filled with ice. Connects on the first. And he converts on the second, giving Calexico some breathing room, 52-49. As Imperial with a 3-guard system.
Foul on Danny there on trying to block that shot. It looked like it pretty good to clean.
Yeah, it looked like it looked like the foul was anticipated before it occurred by, I don't want to say who. But he could have got him with a body. So at the line, Mark Vitella. And he converts on the first. And free throws have been to the advantage of Imperial.
Yeah, I think that's where they stayed in this game, is on the free throw line, really. And there's Nixon again with another rebound, offensive rebound.
So Vitella misses on the second. Calexico with a rebound. They get the ball across half court. Pass inside to Carrillo. He misses. Nixon with a rebound off the tap from Scarioni. And the Tigers bring the ball up court with 6:12 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Shovel pass inside to Nixon. Nixon finds the handle and he lays it up. And the score's tied at 5:58 of the fourth.
You got a tie game.
It's anybody's ball game now.
Now it is, yeah. Nice shot by Danny
Carrillo with a fadeaway or step back.
Did you notice using his body to get some space there to shoot over Scarioni?
What is good defense and what is a foul?
Yeah, it looked like a jump ball to me there.
Well, at the line shooting 2, Jacob Milan. That's what makes high school basketball such a fun game to broadcast, or more importantly, to watch.
Right.
So Milan converts on the first of 2 free throws. 54-53, 5:22 remaining here in the fourth quarter on an outstanding game being played by the visiting Imperial Tigers and the hosting Calexico Bulldogs. Is this going to be one of those games where whoever has the ball last will win?
It could come down to that, Vic. I think right now Imperial has a little bit of the momentum. We'll see if Calexico can turn it around a little bit here.
Well, Imperial's been able to draw fouls, and they've been able to get back into the ball game at the free throw line.
I think it also helped them going into a zone too, and trying to cut those penetrations.
Excellent pass by number 2, Edgar Mendoza, to Danny Carrillo.
So Danny's keeping them in the game here at Calexico. So he's hitting some nice shots.
And Carrillo with a hand in his face hits another 3 right in front of the Tiger bench. And he gives Imperial their first lead of the ball game, 57-56. And freshman Sabino Martinez answers back with his own three, 59-57. This almost qualifies as a barn burner.
Nice steal by Danny Calderon there.
He's been doing it all for Calexico. Like Scarioni's been doing it for the Tigers.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Nice up and under by Carrion. Scores the bucket and draws the foul from the leaping Jarrett Nixon.
Did a great job of pump faking. You almost don't see that too often anymore. Did a great job pump faking. Got him in the air and then got the foul and the bucket. Great job by Danny.
So at the line, shooting one, junior forward Danny Carrion, wearing jersey number 1.
Nice.
And he converts. Calexico now leads by 5, 62-57, 3:50 remaining in the clock here in the fourth quarter. The ball batted around inside. Collins with the rebound.
They're battling. They're battling.
Stolen.
They're battling.
Ball blocked by Vatella on the Martinez layup attempt after stealing the ball. And it looks like Danny Carrion's going to be called for a reach-in foul.
That's his 5th foul. I think he's going to be. Done.
Well, that's his 5th personal. An outstanding game played by Danny Carrion. He leaves the Bulldogs with a 5-point lead at the 3:23 mark. Let's see if the Bulldogs can hold on to it. So the cheerleaders here to our right showing a lot of spirit, getting the crowd in the ball game. 3:23 here in the fourth quarter. Calexico 62. Imperial 57.
Yeah, so I think it's, too bad that Danny's out of the game because he was really Calexico's offense for the last couple of minutes and stuff. So without him, they're going to have to look for somebody else.
Well, it was a duel between him and Scarioni and Nixon.
Yeah.
Nixon on the boards and Scarioni providing the offense. Foul called on number 5 of Calexico. That's Hector Gomez, as displaying excellent sportsmanship, helping Nixon up to his feet. Nixon has made a living at the free throw line tonight.
Oh, yeah. That and the boards. He's pretty athletic, I can tell you that.
He was an outstanding wide receiver for the Tigers. Excellent speed, ran great routes. Big target for his quarterback. But he misses on the first. But he silences the critics on that second free throw. It's a 4-point ball game, 62-58 with under 3 minutes remaining. Calexico passing the ball out around the perimeter. And Michael Duffy steps out of bounds. So a turnover for the Bulldogs. Let's see if the Tigers can capitalize with 2:48 remaining.
Yeah, you don't want any turnovers this late in the game. Especially a game like this with a 4-point difference.
Excellent drive by Milan, but he can't convert. And we've got a jump ball, and the arrow is pointing towards Calexico.
So Vic, here you've got 2.5 minutes left. Start milking a little bit, or do you just continue to?
I would run the motion offense, high and low, in and out. You know, say run about 10 passes.
So Imperials extended their zone, and now they're looking to trap in the corner. So they got to be careful about that.
After the 10th pass, then you look to score. You know, there's too much dribbling. Pass and move. Pass and move. Nice pass inside. And Carrillo with the left hand.
Big basket for Calexico there with 2 minutes
left. So with 2
2
minutes, extends the Calexico lead to 6. Nice entry pass by Collins as Milan gets behind the defense on the baseline and is able to
We'll be right back. This is VSN. Thank you.
InterCare since 1970. When it comes to healthcare, InterCare is here to help with locations throughout the Imperial Valley. InterCare, improving the health and wellness of the community.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call. With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today, 760-337-8600.
Lee Tire Company. We are a local, family-owned business specializing in tires and automotive needs. We are located at 114 Main Street, El Centro. Call us at 760-352-1721.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A barn burner here as both teams have gone beyond their scoring averages in the low 50s as Calexico leads 64-60 with 1:49 remaining. Calexico has 5 team fouls here in the second half, Imperial only 2. Could it be because of the types of defense that they're playing?
Yeah, I think it has to do with that. The running style, and it doesn't allow for anything to be set, so there's no really fouls. So there's no last 2 minutes here. There's not going to be any issues on the one-and-one with the one-on-one situation.
Well, Hector Gomez yo-yoing up at the top of the key.
So Imperial went back to a full-court man-to-man here.
Back in his way, he's got Scarione. And Calexico calls the timeout with 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Tonight's ball game being brought to you by Alford Distributors, Imperial Flying Services, Casbros, Reach Medical Transportation, Imperial County Health Department, Brawley Police Foundation, Prime Hydrate Drinks, Grasso's Fine Italian Dining, Driscoll's Skate and Surf Shop. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a barn burner here tonight, and it's being brought to you by Top Notch Barbershop, El Centro Police Department, RDO, Nothing Runs Like a Deer, Ojeda's Industries, Dom Real Estate, the IID, Imperial Irrigation District, and topping it off, Havens Landscaping. So, Mike, what say you with 1:28 remaining?
So, that was interesting, that last series. Hugo, Calexico's coach, what he did is just milk the 35 seconds down to 15 seconds. So, called a timeout. Now he's going to set something up for the shot here, and then it took some time off. So I think with a 4-point lead, he wants his best shot and best player to take that shot.
And what kind of instruction would Coach David Milan on the opposite side?
So he went to a full half-court man-to-man now instead of the zone. So I think he's going to stay with that and just put pressure on the ball, I think. And this is where I think Calexico can take advantage of the quickness.
They're running the old line play.
Yep. I think, you want to give it to your guards here from Calexico and see what they can do.
Back in the day when I used to coach, I used to try to call plays, out-of-bound plays, to score, not just to bring the ball in.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And so Calexico turns the ball over there with 1:15 remaining. 64-60.
Oh, three.
And Mark Vitella with a three-pointer with just under 1 minute.
We'll be right back. This is VSN.
Marianne Valenzuela Fenley is your State Farm insurance agent in the Imperial Valley. And like a good neighbor, she's located at 528 G Street in Brawley. Call State Farm agent Marianne Valenzuela Fenley at 760-344-0447.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 1:02 remaining as the Mark Vitella three-pointer cuts the deficit down to 1 point, 64-63, under 1 minute remaining as Hector Gomez tries to bring the ball up. He loses control, and he ends up fouling, or did the ball go out of bounds?
Fouling Milan there on the reach in there. So he's going to go to the, I believe that's, I don't know if that's enough for the 1-and-1. They may be going
See, this is where you have to pass the ball to evade the pressure. So Jacob Milan at the line, shooting the first of a 1-and-1.
1-and-1.
And he ties the ball game up with 53 seconds remaining, 64-64.
That was Nixon with another offensive rebound and
over the
fouled.
back, but you know, there's a disparity on the number of fouls that are being called on one team over the other. But if you box out correctly, then the ref can call that.
Yep, you got to get your hands up. You got to get your
hands up and box out. Otherwise, they're just jumping over,
exactly.
straight
They're just
up
reaching
over
you.
So Nixon, with 51 seconds remaining, converts on the first of a 1-and-1 to give the Imperial Tigers a 1-point lead. And the height advantage of the Imperial Tigers with Scarione and Nixon being evidenced here as they keep getting every rebound.
Yeah, and then with Danny Calderon not there, I think that hurts them also. But they're taking advantage of their height. You're right, Vic.
Well, the tallest player for Calexico is the 6-foot Derek Carrillo. It's Imperial's ball.
So there's a foul on.
Did he call a foul?
Called a foul on 22, which is Craig Rollins there.
Craig Rollins. I was calling him Collins before, but it's Rollins. He's had an outstanding game tonight.
Yeah, and
kind of steadied the Tigers when he came into the ball game, and they cut back into the Bulldog advantage, where now they lead by 1.
Yeah, they're up by 1, and then they're doing a full court man-to-man press.
Oh, misses. But Calexico gets the ball back. Another missed layup. And the exclamation point applied by David Scarione there with that monster dunk.
Two-hand dunk there to
67-64. And the Imperial faithful that traveled the 17 miles south to witness this ball game.
We got a timeout by Imperial, and so great steal. I mean, Calexico there on the other end missed 2 layups.
Well, that's missed scoring opportunities. They're gimmies.
They're
you
gimmies.
know, and
it's too bad. And then they ended up with the open dunk there by Scarione, to finish it.
Scarione, right?
Scarione, yeah.
But it was the pass that set him up for that dunk. And so with 12 seconds remaining, there's still time for Calexico to try to tie this game. We're not talking about winning. They got to tie it first. And
yeah, this will be a big free throw here. If he makes it, then they have a 4-point lead, and then they'll have to come and score real quick and probably foul immediately.
Well, if he scores and Calexico gets the ball out of bounds, do you race it down and try to get a layup, or do you pop up a 3?
Whatever's open first. You either get the 2 or you take a 3, but then you gotta foul immediately right after that. So you got 12 seconds, so that doesn't give you a whole lot of time.
Well, passing the ball always beats dribbling it down court.
That's the fastest way to get it down.
Let's see if Calexico's worked on any of their full court offensive plays in the if they have a play under 12 seconds to score.
Right.
But he could put the nail in the coffin with a free throw here. And he gives Calexico some live. Oh! It looked like the ball was tapped out by Nixon.
Yeah. But they gave the ball to Imperial, so.
Not only is Lady Momentum, but Lady Luck is also smiling on the Imperial Tigers as time's called.
Yeah, David, Coach Milan's got another out-of-bounds play he's going to draw up. Or, I think he could just bring it in safely, and then, of course, Calexico's going to try to foul immediately because you only got 10 seconds and you're down by 3. So we'll see what kind of strategy they have here.
Calexico can't worry about the 1-on-1 or the bonus situation because the pressure is still on the Imperial Tigers to make those free throws. Right. As it was shown there, the usually reliable David Scarione missing that free throw that would have given them that necessary cushion.
So here's a good strategy I used to do, Vic. So you found out who's the weakest free thrower on that team, and you leave them open, and then let them throw the ball inside of them or outside of them, and then go foul them. And you cover the best one. So either way, I mean, you got to be with 10 seconds left. You just got to hope that they miss the free throw.
Well, it's a young team. You have 2 freshmen starting guards, 2 sophomores starting, and 1 junior. So, Calexico's going to be good in the future, but right now they're thinking in the present. How can we, they lost a heartbreaker to the Central Spartans a week ago Friday, and here they blew a 15-point lead.
Yep, here we go, the last 10. So they're fouling Milan here. So he's been making some of his free throws. So we'll see how he does here with a little pressure on him.
Well, with 8.3 seconds remaining. You want to move?
Makes the first one of the 1-and-1.
So it's a 4-point advantage. And he converts the second one, 69-64. And that's all for the Calexico Bulldogs as they miss on a 3-point attempt. And after 4 quarters of play, the Imperial Tigers rally back from a 15-point deficit here in the second half to pull away with a 68-64 victory.
Yeah, I think in the second half, especially in the last quarter, Vic, I think the height from Imperial took over, and really they ended up with a lot of second shots, second opportunities on the offensive board, and they got back in it. And if they didn't make it, they got on the free throw line, and that kept them back. And I think Calexico, either they ran out of gas or they just couldn't hit those threes there in the second half to help them in the penetration. Imperial did change their defense a little bit to kind of slow them down, but again, they missed some opportunities.
Well, the impact of Jared Nixon and David Scorione, the two, one 6'5", the other 6'7", and Calexico missing in the last 3.5 minutes the talents of Danny Carrillo, but they also missed a lot of easy scoring opportunities once they broke down the Imperial defense with all those missed layups.
Yeah,
and so that was a turning point of the ball game.
I thought so too, with Danny Carrillo fouling out there with about 2 minutes left. I think that really took the sails out of the ship there for Calexico, because he was doing everything on both ends.
Any closing thoughts here before we sign off?
Nothing close. Great game. Beautiful. I mean, it's exciting for the fans, and great win for Imperial. And, Coach Hugo did a good job with Calexico trying to get him in there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed the live stream broadcast by Valley Sports Network, VSN. We'd like to thank Will Torres along with Ron Rubio, John Moreno from Bulldog Media, and all the VSN crew and staff and our sponsors for making this game possible. Have a pleasant good evening, and we'll see you next week. Good night.